There we go. Well, thank you guys very much.
Hey everybody, good morning. Happy Monday. Let's just call it that. Let's be optimists today. Happy Monday and welcome back to Reaper Pro Tips with me, your host Anne, and disembodied voice Justin, who is here today. How's it going, by the way, Justin? How's the studio?
As far as I know, it's still stripped bare. I have not been given any. I have not been given any info as far as what the fire
Rebuilding.
marshal said, and some other stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you know as
All
far as
right, I was just
they're
curious.
supposed to check it this morning. Yeah. Uh, Now whether or not we get that this morning, we'll see. You know how
All
the
right, yep.
Denton County can be.
Oh, yeah, Denton County. All you say, Denton County. Just because Denton County. Yes, yes. Studio's naked, exactly. Poor studio. It's probably relaxing. It's kicking back with a latte, you know. All right. I'm in a weird mood today. Weird mood. I can't decide if I slept really well or not nearly well enough. It's one of those days, guys. One of those. Ah, yay. Hey, I'm going to show you guys cute things that Rex sent me. He sent me his cat oozes. They're little tiny cat slimes. Although this is the big cat slime. There are also little kitten cat slimes. Um, so he sent some to me. They're a design his son drew, and he had them designed and 3D printed. So I have big mama cat slime, and then I have two kitten cat slimes. So I just wanted to share these with you because they're really kind of cute. Although David called them nightmare fuel this morning, Justin.
Oh, jeez. I mean, they are kinda. They really are.
They're cute in a creepy kind of way. I think they're adorable. Like, yeah, cat oozes. This needed to be a thing. You know that they're going to get up on top of your bookshelves, guys. And then they're going to drop on you and devour you. Like, right? Like, remember the movie The Blob? Like, that old B movie? Like, that movie terrified me more than anything when I was a kid. So I should probably not be laughing at these. I should be scared of them. But I'm not smart enough for that. Video is skipping. Yeah, I just got 2 more frame rate drops, Justin, it says. Although,
Okay.
although I don't know, well, or is that from earlier? Let me click on it and see.
What percentage does it say it is?
25%, but it's 6 and 8 minutes ago, so nothing right now. So those may be twitching, Dogfather.
Yeah, so I was gonna say the next thing I want people to do, if you could, because I know that Twitch has issues with this. If your quality on your stream, which is a little cogwheel when you hover over it, if it's set to auto, change that to like source, or change it maybe one below source, which is like the 720p. If you take it off of auto, Twitch seems to struggle when it tries to adapt your internet if your internet isn't 100% stable where it's at. So if it fluctuates at all, it's better to take it off of auto and put it on source or on one below that.
Ooh, I've got a bottle of Maggot White here. That's super rare now. See, all of your paint just became collector's editions, guys. That's the way to think of this. Where is mine? I'm looking for Mithril Silver because I want to use that to highlight, or Pearl White. Pearl White would be even better.
Yeah, my video was skipping there for a second too, by the
Pearl
way.
White.
Although it doesn't seem like it's doing it now. It seems like it's, as of right now, it has not done it in about a minute and a half, so.
Knock on wood.
Knock
Yeah,
on wood.
I mean, David's doing a call in the other room, but that really shouldn't affect anything, so. Alright, I'm just digging out metallics because we're doing metallics today, guys. We're going to finish up these metallics on Snack that I've been annoyed that have not been finished. So, I don't know where I put my Dragon Gold, though. It's kind of hard to, like, paint things in metallics when you've lost your Dragon Gold, although I'm sure it's around
balance, here. F5 to refresh, or you can manually refresh on the top left of your browser. That should help.
Oh, there it is. The problem is I have too many bags of metallics. That's what we're really talking about here. There we are.
That's gross, Twisted. That made my back shiver. That's
Ew.
I don't like drool. I
Yuck.
don't like drool in any facet.
Yuck. Yeah, that we did not need that cat memory. Ew. Yeah, do a refresh, Mac. For those oh yeah. Yeah. Out of production stuff. Yep. I saw the statement. Actually, you guys are actually we have to thank Michael Proctor and inadvertently Ed for giving me material for like the next 6 months of Patreon. Because the first thing you guys are going to get for the $2 tier this month is how to mix your own Dusky skin triad. Because Michael Proctor texted me yesterday going, oh my god, I use Dusky skin all the time, what can I do? And I went, oh, this color is close. I went, I really need to write this up for the Patreon. So we're going to get rather a lot of paint stuff coming up on the Patreon. Less painting technique stuff and more paint stuff in the coming months. Just so you guys can help. Yes, a lot of people were worried about Dusky skin, and Michael Proctor uses it all the time on his streams. So there is actually a fairly easy sub, so I'm gonna talk about that this month. So yes, thank you for the subs. Yes, more subs. Ooh, look at all the subs. We're gonna get up to, I think that puts us in the 60s. We've gotten at least 3 or 4. Thank you, GVD and Shadow Raven. Gold Star Shadow Raven. Nobody else knows what that is, but that's okay. We'll talk about it on my stream. But yeah, thank you, Mr. Proctor. So without Michael poking me yesterday, oh, thank you, Dissembler. Wow, and there is 5 tier 1 subs, Justin. Val with the purple wings. Dissembler said 5 tier 1 subs. There are 5 tier 1 gifted subs, so we should be
thank you very much.
Yeah, well into the 60s now, shouldn't we? At least, maybe even 70s.
I believe based on.
We had at least 5.
That puts us at 69.
Does that include the 5 subs that were before that in the chat?
Oh, was there a second?
There were other subs, like individual subs before that in the chat. At least 5.
Did not.
Yeah, so we're at 74 or 75 then, probably, guys.
Yes, 74.
All right, so we're at 74. So we only need 26 more. Here we go. I knew that was going to be like challenge accepted. 84. Very nice, Numbat. Numbat with the sub bat is what it is. Wham! Yeah, that's great. Good. Yeah, that's great. That's good because we have a lot of questions building up in that AMA section. A lot of questions. So that's going to be fun. We're going to do an AMA speed run. That'll be fun. Yeah, chasing away the Monday blues. Yeah, that's exactly it, guys. So we're gonna go with Sneck today. So let's get our Shade Metallics on. I'll keep her little sign over here somewhere. Maybe we'll put it off to the side here. Boop. Boop. There. Barely. Oh no, that's not good enough. There we go. Just trying to keep it in frame but out of the way so that people know what we are working on. There we go. Good dear. I'm beginning of the month so I can... No, save some for me, Numbat. Hey, Rax, I already showed off the Slime Cat and Slime Kittens. I've called them the Slime Cat and the Slime Kittens. So I did show people that. By the way, Rax, David pronounced these nightmare fuel this morning. When he's like, what are those? He's like, ah! So apparently David is definitely creeped out by cat slimes. You've achievement unlocked. Since it's rare for David to be creeped out over anything. He's usually pretty even-keeled. Blorf. It's the Blorf mascot. Yeah. That's true. I could paint one of them up like a paint splash. Just like Grimer. The Grimer evolution. The Muck evolution in Pokemon. You know, the special one that's rainbow. We could do that. Hype train incoming. And Grim, now we're at 75. Thanks for the resub. So yes, I told the story of the Slime Cat and Slime Kittens this morning, Rex. So and I said thank you, but you weren't on yet, so thank you again. They did arrive safely. I just kept forgetting. Since I'm in an apartment, everything goes into the UPS locker downstairs, and then they send me an email notification, which is actually wonderful. But then it kind of gets like to the I gotta remember to go and get the darn thing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely doing one as a green slime, but one should be a giant paint blorf, for sure. Or a tiny paint. Maybe a tiny paint blorf. I think one of the kittens maybe needs to be the blorf mascot. And maybe this one needs to be the traditional green slime. And then maybe we'll give one away on my other stream. Maybe we'll do a slime cat giveaway. For you can have your very own blorf. We'll name the kitten Blorf, in fact. This is now Blorf the Slime Kitten. See? This is great. We'll have fun. Oh, Epark, thanks with that Prime sub, and welcome. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, every sub goes toward our total. We store up to 100, and then we do an AMA and a giveaway. And we do 100 subs because we like to give away stuff, big stuff. We gave away gigantic dragons last time. It was fun. So I'll have to. That means I have to start thinking about what we're gonna give away this time. All right, Snack. Oh, so we did shaded metallics on most of this stuff. This is going to be facing upwards, so there's not a lot of shading to do here. I can do a little bit of shading. This is pretty good. Mostly I'm going to use my Monarch Purple, I think, to just do quick shade on some of these really tiny areas. When you're doing shaded metallics, you really don't need to do a lot of shading on tiny bits, because you really do want them to stand out. You know, little tiny bits like this this little piece on her belt, and it's already got a little shadow in it. You can actually see the purple shadow if I zoom in. Hold on. There. So yeah, you can see that little blob of shadow there. I need to shade a little bit on here on the knife. 10 bright skin triads. Oh dear. If I was on site, and thanks Bean Mitch for the resub. That's awesome. Our hype train is choo-chooing. I can't print anything, Rax. And so it would almost be, I think we're just gonna, I'll just give away one little blorf. And then if you want to privately arrange to give away other blorfs, that's great. But we'll just do one blorf on my stream. I'm trying to keep things simple because I just introduced a whole new curveball with this D&D stream thing. So I'm finally getting my coachings under control. You know what it is? I'm finally getting my coachings and my new coaching level under control. And as I do that, of course, I immediately embrace something else to throw chaos into my life, which is my new D&D character painting stream on Thursdays on my channel. But let's see. There we go. Just a little bit of touch. You see how I just pretty much put a shadow down there, down the straight line, so we can pick up highlights there. I'm going to shade down here a little bit. And it really, David and I kind of discussed / argued about this morning, but I feel that using opaque paint over metallics is the best way of shading, and I want the matteness. I don't want the shiny, because in my shadows on metallics, I'm not looking for reflections. So, oh, who's sad? Oh yeah, Iffy Paints. So yeah, I need to adjust my my upcoming soon screen so and add it to the schedule too. Let me make a note. We all know how I depend on my sticky notes. But yeah, so we're gonna be painting D&D characters, and we're also world building. And guys, I got an official account on World Anvil yesterday, so we can put up our notes and make our world available for everybody to see as it develops, including all of you. So let's see here. Let me put down a update and stream information note quick, and then we're gonna paint more shadows onto these metallics. And we'll probably get to the point where I map out the water a little bit here today. Justin wants me to do a fail stream for you guys, since what I'm doing with the water is kind of experimental and I really don't know how it's gonna turn out. I was gonna just maybe try it on my own so that I didn't have you watch it and then I like totally blorf up. But Justin wants me to blorf for you guys, so maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll actually try my experimental water. Oh yeah. Hold on. Update stream schedule. There we go. I will update that. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun with this. We're gonna have some fun with this, Iffy. It's I wanted to stream on the D&D category, but I didn't want to just do a painting stream. I wanted to make sure it was related to D&D. So at first I was just going to like paint the characters and make up stories about them, but then I was like, we could just world build a whole world for these characters to be in. We could do it as a community, and that would be super fun. So that's what we're doing. And it's evolving. It's a totally evolving project. And we may actually get to doing some mass role-playing. I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm going to try it. Just be aware, guys, Kiri emergency could be imminent today, because the little Kiri dog was not emptied this morning. She was slightly emptied. She may be okay. She's all curled up right now, being cute. Are you sleeping on your bone? She's balancing her paws on her bone as she sleeps. It's kind of, it's like the bone is her knee pillow. My dog is so weird. Uh-oh. Hey, what's up? You're good. You're a good girl. She was like suddenly startled. All right, so what I'm doing, guys, I'm going to thin down this matte paint a lot. Because I want it to be a little transparent. Because, you know, David's complaint is, well, only the deepest shadows shouldn't reflect any light. And he has a point. So, what we do then for our colors is we throw a lot of water into them. So they're really see-through. That way we can build up the darkest purple in the shadows. Remember, my ambient is kind of blue and purple. So that's what I'm dealing here. Although I'm not using my tropical blue because it's a little bit too light to be a shadow for this gold. And so I'm using its cousin, Cyan Blue. And if you haven't ever bought Cyan Blue, it is a really, really useful blue. Talked about it in my blues video last month on the Patreon. It really is a good cyan. It's a little bit warm, a little bit greenish, just a touch though, and it's got a nice depth to it. So you could use it as a primary. It has a little bit of white in it for coverage, but it still works pretty well as a primary color. It's a very useful color. It has a lot of versatility. So, I'm going to drop snack everywhere now. Mostly I'm going to concentrate on blue only in areas you can see it there. So what I'm thinking is where my blue ambient is reflecting up. So my initial shadow band is going to be this purple, which is Monarch Purple. It's a wonderful, beautiful, lovely, kind of a reddish purple, very dark. So it's a good initial shadow. But then I do want that blue ambient light. And so over the gold, I'm glazing in this cyan blue to get, and it almost makes it go a little greenish, which is fine. That's what it would if it was getting hit with a lot of cool light. So, and then I'm working up toward a little bit of pearl white mixed with that blue on the very underside to get this effect. Now over here, I'm still getting some gold light because this sleeve is coming forward, and so it's going to get the light from up there. And so that's why I've kept that sleeve strongly in the light. But mostly, and that's a little bit of a concession because technically the sleeve is a little bit like hidden by the arm, but it looked better to me with the highlight on it. It looked more real, so that's why I went that way. I do need to get up and do a little bit of a really bright highlight up here on top of her head also. Oh, Daffodil, thank you for the sub. Wow, we're just subbing it up. I think we're already, that puts us at like 87, 88, Justin? We've been getting subs nonstop.
Yeah, no, today has become between that and the bits from Numbat and
yeah,
Shadow Raven.
Yeah, thanks for the cheer.
Thank you guys. Seriously, it's awesome.
Yeah, we need to keep our numbers up. Otherwise, Ed will cancel us like paint. Yes, I went there. Not really. But yes, no, Ed is not that evil, guys. But we do need to show that this is worthwhile and that you guys love us. And as I always say, a sub for the show is a vote for the show. Whether you are here on Reaper or over on your favorite streamer's private channel, those subs are really what tell us, yeah, this is worthwhile to be doing this, you know. People enjoy it. People are getting something out of it, so I should keep doing it. Because we could all be doing so many other things, right? We all have way too many hobbies. I know you guys are totally there with me on that. Shots fired. Ed would laugh if he heard me. Everybody buy the Cyan Blue. Please do buy the Cyan Blue. It's a lovely color. And really useful. These deep colors are the most useful colors, guys. The stuff that's fairly vibrant without a lot of white in it are the highest utility. They can be the hardest to work with at first, but they are really the highest utility. So wherever I need just a little shadow, I'm going to be using my purple to put that shadow in. So this kind of wobbles and goes up and down a little bit, and so I want a shadow in there, but I don't want it to be like total like blue because this isn't reflecting the ambient. It's not pointed downward. So I'll use the purple to shade anywhere where that is appropriate. Because you do want a little bit of variance. You don't just want a solid bar of highlight across here when you can see that it's kind of wobbling as it goes over her scales. So there are other hobbies other than painting and D&D. Yes, infinite hobbies. Don't go there, muses. Please, save yourself. Yeah. Yeah, follows on smaller streamers. Yes, exactly. On small streamers, a follow means a lot. You're right, Calisandra. And even just chatting in chat, like all you new people who have said, you know, just pop in to say hello. Like Twitch tracks those metrics too. So, and there are achievements that you can get. So Definitely. Everything you do on a streamer stream, matters, essentially. Yeah, it's engagement. Well, yeah. That's why I thought we would do fun stuff on my new stream. To get engagement. Because I like it when everybody is hanging out and having fun. When it's just a big party. Now it can be an adventuring party. I need to put in a Reaper order later today. I'm getting some metallic dabs kind of mixed up in my palette. I'm getting some Pearl White. I'm getting some Dragon Gold and New Gold. Dragon Gold and New Gold are very close to each other. They're slightly different types of flakes. And they have slightly different pigment counts. But they're very, very close. So you can highlight Dragon Gold with New Gold. But then after that, you probably want to mix in a little bit of Pearl White. And for those who are new to my stream who haven't heard me say this before, this is really the primary reason that I made Pearl White. You can mix it with so many other metallics to make a highlight for that metallic. Because obviously, you know, when you're trying to highlight metallic, you want to use a lighter version of that color, but you might not always have it. But with using a pure white flake and pigment added to, like, say, New Gold, you can mix a pale gold, and that works great. That actually, you can see kind of me bringing it up toward that down here. Although I've almost gone up to pure Pearl White here. Our VOD views a factor. I don't know. It is on YouTube. I mean, I don't know about on Twitch. I think it shows as views. The dealer of dead paints. Right, Keldor? The only one that I feel like, so far, just looking at them, the only one I really feel like is a necessary color is Peacock. But I did notice something, Justin, and actually I was going to have you ask Ed about this. Some of the brand new Kickstarter colors that aren't even released yet are on that list.
Oh, the canceled list?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so Orchid Purple, Leaf Bud Green, all those colors I've been talking up, yeah, they're canceled. Also, Black Indigo and Rich Indigo are on that canceled list. So I could understand if it was Black Indigo and Rich Indigo, because those were canceled once upon a time in their previous numbers. But I looked at that and I was like, these aren't even out yet and they're already canceled, and their colors I've been talking up, so please don't cancel them.
Come on, guys. You gotta buy them before they release. That's how this works. If you don't want paints, like, canceled, you just have to simply buy them before they release.
Yes, buy them before they even release, exactly. Yeah.
It is possible that that's like an admin or a clerical mistake.
Yeah, I think it's a clerical.
If you could, send me an email with those colors, or send Ed really all that info, and I'll
looks like John already knows. Looking at chat, it looks like somebody brought it up, and John said he would check. Yeah, definitely bring it up. Definitely have John check. I noticed that, and I was like, wait, but those are colors I'm promoting heavily because I want them to stay in production because they're so useful. So
yeah, it could be a mistake. I mean, I have no idea, so I can't say, oh yeah, that's a problem, we'll get it fixed. I have no idea.
Right, you don't have the encyclopedic knowledge of the paint line.
I also can't see into the future, which is
well, darn it,
Justin. Most issue.
Yes, exactly. You're supposed to be our future sight guy, and now you tell us that your crystal ball is mucked up. Man, kids these days. Alright, so what I'm doing, guys, is I'm alternating bands of highlight and shadow, and you can kind of see. So I'm using that mixture of Pearl White and New Gold to highlight that. See how much nicer that looks than just a band of solid gold? Like, it gives you some more personality and color, and you can paint your metallics over each other. You can, glaze with your purple. If you think your purple's gotten too bright or too big, you can come in and maybe do like an edge up on top. That's gold. To bring that shine back in across the whole thing. Let me see here. I want to make sure I'm close. Well, yeah, they are Tustoma, but they shouldn't be on the out of production list before they're even in production, was my point. So, just one of those things you want to have Ed check, I guess. They probably got put on by mistake, just because, I mean, like I said, I could understand Rich Indigo and Black Indigo being on list, because they've been out before, and I chose to bring them back, because they're so useful, and I was hoping that sometimes when you first put a paint out, it's just not its time, and people don't realize how useful it is until after the fact. So then, you know, at that time, I'm like, well, I'm going to try to bring these back in because people want it. I've been using it a lot, and so we'll see if it lives the second time out. And that happens sometimes. Sometimes on the second run, a paint will get a new life, but I just noticed that, and I was really crushed because I love that orchid purple so much, and that lotus orange, and the leaf bud green. Like, I use them all. So I was like, no, Ed already decided these colors suck. So yeah, I hope that's not, I hope it was just a mistake. It should be just a mistake. And we can get that fixed. So I'm going to put a little touch of highlight up at the top here. See how the alternating little bit of different colored highlights appear. Yeah. All right. And I've got a little bit of muckiness here. I think I need a little walnut to touch up my snack. So here from the top, actually, this is a fun view because you can kind of see all the bright areas. Now I do need, you can see from this though, that I actually need to brighten up these inner scales. She needs to have more light here because you can see the light falling there. So otherwise she looks pretty good from the top. Like everything I'm seeing is bright, which is what I should be. You know, essentially from this position, you can see everything that the light is going to hit. The only thing that's still dark is the water area here, and that's as it should be. But I do need, this is a good check. If you've got an overhead camera and you can double check, you can, you know, see that I need more green in here to bring this area up to make it look like, oh, Rex, yeah. Oh, yeah. Indigo for doing, black indigo for doing blue steel NMM, yep. Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. I mean, given the Kickstarter price, it makes sense to order, you know, a couple of sets if you want to make sure you've got those colors. It closes in early December, I think, Orion Noir. The Pledge Manager closes in early December. Gonna get some walnut brown so I do some touch-ups. Heck, I might even throw an extra set onto my bucket now. I just don't know. And I love those colors. Best color for doing terracotta. Yeah, well, it used to be redstone, but that got canceled, scrying eye. Now I would probably mix something like mahogany brown 9070 with palomino gold 9074. I would mix those two and see what you get. May need to add a tiny bit of white if you need it to go a little lighter. I know terracotta can get a little bleached out. But that's what I'm guessing. Redstone was our terracotta color. We used to have an even pinker terracotta, but that didn't go over well, so I brought out redstone. But apparently it also didn't sell, which is a shame because it's my favorite color for demonic or tiefling skin. I will eventually figure out exactly how to match it and share with you guys. The Patreon, likely. Yeah, I really like that too, Chibi. I mean, I've used those colors. It's nice to have an alternate ground color that isn't gray. And there are a lot of stones that have a bit of red in them. So that's why I made that Triad in the first place. It also just was it's a good versatile Triad. But like I said, sometimes people, they tend to like the bright colors, and I don't see the use of some of the muted ones right away. And then they just don't sell. And then we can't keep them in stock. So this could very well, I can say that what has happened before with miniatures, guys, is that sometimes a miniature will actually do better on the canceled list than it did in real life. Remember that, Justin? There were a couple figures that did that. That were actually selling better once they were canceled, because somebody would find it after it had been out of print for a while and be like, wow, this is a cool figure, and they'd share on the forum or whatever, and people would be like, oh wow, that's a cool figure, and suddenly it was like, you know, they were having to spin, you know, runs of a model that hadn't been in print for 3 years.
Oh yeah.
It's always kind of funny, but I get the feeling that this paint thing might be like that, where, you know, especially if you guys get together and kind of do the paint co-op thing where one of you coordinates, orders 10 bottles of peacock green or redstone or whatever, you know, and, you know, and you get, you know, that sort of thing going, some of these colors will suddenly start selling a lot again. Yeah. I've been very good about the Bones Kickstarter. I've been trying to only choose things because I have limited room here. So I really was thinking about, you know, what I really, really want. So, of course, for me, the Kickstarter also gives me more stuff to paint for you guys. So I have to think of that too. And I really do love the Oriental, the Asian box and the Greek box. I like both. So it's a hard call there for me. I have the Yeti Pass one because I love the piece of terrain, but I have to question whether I need it. Though maybe I do. Who knows? All right, so putting some shadows, some purple shadows in on either side of this nice bulge here. Oh yeah, the cloud giantess redo for sure. Oh dear, 2 pirate ships. How are you ever... I hope you have lots of top of the bookshelf space that cats can't take over. I guess you could use the pirate ships to block off the top of bookshelves so that the cats couldn't get up there.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Every time I see the one behind Ron in his office, I'm like, it takes up like a desk.
Yeah.
Like, it is... I think that we've shown it, and people understand that it's big, but until someone gets it in to, like, unless it changes, of course, until they get one in, I don't think people understand how large this ship is.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
big.
Massive.
Yeah. Well, it's gameable, right? So...
Oh, it is. It is.
Yeah, we have no room for it here. I would be tempted otherwise, but we have no room.
It is the most epic piece I've ever seen.
Like,
sure.
Currently the top of my bookshelf in the hobby room is crammed with my awesome terrain pieces, so I just can't. I don't have room for the pirate ship. If I had the top of a bookshelf, I could get a pirate ship, but the top of my bookshelf is currently taken up with lovely terrain. Yeah, we do need a Sophie bust. Everybody said suggest that to Ron. Yeah, a cat could happily perch on that pirate ship, actually. Yeah, I don't know, Nani. Reaper has a love-hate relationship with the Urban Legends stuff. I don't know if we want to go into adult content like that, especially with a bust, but, you know, that's up to Ed. Ed's always been a little bit more open-minded about it. So if there's a market, I mean, really, it's just like, is there a market? Like, if you guys want more busts, the best thing you can do is add those busts to your Kickstarter cart while they're cheap. Alright, so essentially putting in my purple shadows, getting in some variation on this metallic. I'm going to add a little bit of blue to the underside. I did on the one side. I've got some blue in there. You can see it. And really what you want to do is line up, when you're doing that blue, you want to line it up with the blue right here. So that it reads correctly across the whole thing. And I've lost my gold a little bit over on this side, so... Oh yeah, we'll get back to Figurehead Lady too. She's fun. I suppose I should start working on her again so you all have to make your save versus put in cart. That's a save, right? Save versus add to cart. That's what these streams are all about. I don't know if anybody gets bonuses on their save versus add to cart. Maybe like if you pass certain like miniatures, you know, boundaries, like numbers of miniatures in the thousands, like maybe you get a bonus to your save to add to cart. Yeah, it's true, Rex. Although Rex, that's changing. I think that is changing. I see the you can see the shift at ReaperCon, actually, in the number of busts that we see and large figures that we see now compared to what we used to see. Used to be that the vast majority of the entries at ReaperCon were just, you know, smaller figures. But we're definitely seeing a shift now. At least, you know, last year we did. Toward seeing a lot of more busts, 75mm figures, 54s. We're seeing that shift. A lot of it is still going to be gaming models, obviously, because people are entering Reaper because it's a Reaper competition. But we're definitely seeing more demand for different types of models. Yeah, exactly. You paint for fun. Although more and more, like, again, I send everybody who joins my Patreon an email. And what I'm seeing out of when people respond to me, I always like it because it gives me an idea what they're, you know, looking for in the Patreon or where their background is. And more and more I'm seeing people who came to this hobby as gamers, which is the same as me, actually. I started really trying to get better because I was painting my Warhammer armies. And then when they take a hiatus from it, and then when they come back, they decide they're more into the painting side. So, yes, you have a minus to your save versus add to cart, Rax. Definite penalty there. But yeah, so I'm seeing this slow trend more and more. And I suspect, I got there's a little bit of a nubby there that I didn't take off. Time to take it off. What I suspect is that we will slowly, as, you know, companies keep putting out awesome content that isn't just gameable, we will slowly see it more and more of a shift. It's probably, for Reaper, Reaper is so well known as a gaming model producer that it may never be as large for Reaper as some other companies. But I think we will see more and more of a shift toward art figures, I suspect. I mean, even now, I think that I remember looking up some point in the past and seeing that one of our #1 sellers was one of the female paladins. And you know that, you know, not everybody in the world is playing a female paladin. You know, there's relatively few people playing that. And so what you have to then see is that people are buying the model because it's cool. Maybe they're going to use it for an NPC, right? But they're buying the model because it's cool, even if they find a use for it later. So I think that more and more we do see that. We see people buying stuff just because it's cool. And when you buy stuff just because it's cool, you're buying it because you want to paint it, presumably. And maybe you'll find a game use for it, but that wasn't foremost on your mind when you were buying it. Yeah. Well, and just think even more so when I started just painting for fun and profit, Quindy. Back. About a decade before that. Well, Pendrake, we used to have the Master Series miniatures, which were big. But the line didn't do very well. I think maybe we were a little bit ahead of our time there. Like, now would be a better time for Reaper to launch scaled up versions of some of its most popular figures, maybe. Now would be a good time for that. Right, exactly. Like, I always recommend, like, the Jinn and the Efreet and the Frost Giant, you know, as good starting models if you're trying to practice blending, right? Because they're the equivalent of 54 or 72 millimeter models. They're the equivalent that you can get on Reaper. So, all right. So we fixed our little blurf up there. I'm going to put a little bit of a highlight. Bring it up. I want to bring this. I got to tackle this shoulder. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. I love the way this gold looks. It's so shiny. There were a lot of Master Series miniatures. Pendrake. Back in the day, there were, I want to say we got up to at least 7 or 8. There was a Giant Reptus. There was Monique de Noir. There was Fenari. There was the Cowgirl. Those were probably our best sellers. There was also, what's her name? Maria Roseblade, the pirate girl with the parrot and the pirate chest. There was a Cav figure, a female Cav figure. There was... You know, and then there's the 72 that's still out there, I think, of Dana Murphy, the Cav pilot, right? With 72mm Sophie. So there was an awful lot. There were a lot of Master Series figures. There was also a female or a male dragon or a male vampire hunter figure that I liked. Like, but they really were just ahead of their time. My lining got a little bit wide there, so I'm touching it up. There. Yep, and that's a little bit too strong. This is where you can take some time and just like correct some stuff. All right. I actually need to get some white. Oh, some of them have received SKUs are still available. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, Kerniko. As I get older, I tend to be more in the bigger is better camp, but obviously I still do paint a lot of 28s. In fact, I have to put in another Reaper order this afternoon. I want some more new stuff to paint for the show. Suggestion for ordering. I'm not sure what you mean there. Suggestion for ordering. Will you suggest again? Suggestion for ordering what, TJ? Yeah, oh, the big Monique or the old Monique. Kerniko. 54 millimeter. Oh! Suggestion for ordering from the Kickstarter? Well, I know we all would suggest that you order the paint, the new paints, but beyond that, it's so personal. I'm going to get some of my tropical blue lined up so I can do some highlights here. This is the time, guys, when this model is mostly getting to a done point where I'm tuning. So essentially, how much lighter can I bring out my blue a little bit? You know, I need to maybe do some touch-ups. I need to neaten up some areas. I do all that at the same time as I'm doing some of this final painting. A lot of the time I'll have the same colors open, more or less. 1 second. Yeah, it's in the 144 line, or the 1400s. 1400s are special edition. I think the 72mm Sophia is in there too. I don't know. I like that Yeti encounter with the huge stone temple face backdrop. I love it. Love, love, love. That's still on my list, even though I don't know where I'm going to put the giant stone face. But now, maybe I have a use for that. We'll see. Yeah, Dragon Summoner. I forgot her. Alright, need to put a shadow here with my purple. Sometimes you need to build up a couple layers to make it get opaque, which again is a good thing because you don't want it just to cover up your metallic straight up. You want to kind of have a blend. And blending, making metallics blend is very difficult, but putting other colors over the top of the metallics and blending those in is easy. So it's a question of how you're going to tackle it. Mandlepur, I believe. Shadow Raven. I was thinking about our stream world, and I was thinking about the cities to either side of our city, and I was thinking that it would be cool to have Tibetan elves. So maybe my encounter at Mandlepur Pass will get used after all if I make a Tibetan elf city. Just kind of, I'm sorry, Rax. Mandupar Pass, I think. I think you've got it, Nomadzik. I think that's right. I just love the temple. I don't mind the Yetis. I can find use for the Yetis. They could be wild men. Or anything. I'm such a freeform GM. I just like, if it's usable as X, I just use it as X. I don't care what it's supposed to be. Yeah, Rax, you failed your save versus add to cart. Sorry. Not really. Sorry, not sorry. See, I think we have to stop just counting subs on here as far as, like, you know, keeping ourselves alive, Justin, as far as, like, you know, rationalizing the existence of our streaming empire. I think we also need to count all the times we make people fail their saves against add to cart. Like, that should totally go on our docket. We should get cred for that. Doesn't it, GB? Doesn't it? Yeah. So, yeah, I think I might go there. But I don't know. We're going to do this cooperatively. So I'm gonna talk about it on stream this week. I don't want to get too far outside of the city we're building right now, is the thing. My brain tends to range widely, but... A new car would be cheaper. Yeah, Grim. Exactly right. Yeah, I didn't get the core set. I tend to like to cherry pick some of the models, especially when I'm just getting it. A lot of it will be models to use on stream. I kind of like to cherry pick the ones I really, really like. But the core set is such a good deal that if you game it all, it's probably useful. Or, like, you know, it's just, like, infinitely useful. Yeah, people order while watching the stream. They should leave an order comment. Put this toward Anna and Justin's salaries, right? All the paint orders and miniature orders. Now I want to get a little bit of a highlight down here, so I'm going to grab some of my blue and mix it with my pearl white and do that under reflection. Never thought you'd be glad to be broke, right, Dabber? Right. Yeah, I don't know if we'll go that far, Shadow. I don't know. I have an aesthetic culture in mind, I think. Very zen. It's National Taco Day. Really? Why is National Taco Day not a Tuesday? Like, does this not part with tradition? Like, are the taco gods not outraged about this? Like, seriously. You would think that it should be a Tuesday. So I'm getting some paler metallic down there. Yeah, Calisandra. I went back and double checked too, but I may have to triple check. Ah, yes. I see. Well, yes, but I'm still going to be outraged, Drax. I mean, there could be a perfectly logical explanation, but this, you know, it's human nature to reserve the right to be outraged, even when it makes sense. That doesn't make sense, rather. Even when the thing you're outraged about makes sense. You reserve the right to be outraged. That was a theme in the USA these days. Not one I normally embrace, but for Taco Tuesday, I'll make the exception. Hey, thanks with the Prime sub there, Pavnik. I think that puts us up to 85 toward our 100 that we need to do our AMA and giveaway. Thanks a lot. That's great. Looking forward to doing another AMA. Put a little bit more blue under there. If it gets too strong, you can always blend in the purple a little bit. Remember, I'm using Monarch Purple, Tropical Blue, and a bit of Cyan Blue for the metallics. Glowing Blood. Viva Aqua. Wow. I think that it's really difficult. I think if you're gonna do it, you need a darker skin tone. It's not an effect I would ever do myself. Like, yeah. The problem is that if you're going to do glowing blood under the skin, then you really have to make all the areas of the model glow that would have a lot of blood flow, like here. It would just start to look a little odd if you went at it logically. I mean, if you're just trying to make veins kind of look like they're glowing, like maybe coming up from hands, I could see doing it on, like, an elemental figure. Maybe if you're going to make, like, the hands glowing and then have, you know, the tracery up the arm. I don't know, though. I have never done it. I could see how you would do it, but you do it the same way you do any glowing effect. You just paint the vein over white. If you put any skin tone over the top, it probably isn't going to read very well. It's just an odd one. Like, is there a particular reason you're asking? Like, is there a monster or something that has that going on? The glowing blood or something? I am not in debt up to my earlobes. I actually spent years fighting to get out of debt, and after I managed to get debt-free, I made a firm resolution to never get back, which I have so far managed to uphold. Now I just have an emergency savings account. It's much better than a credit card. Much better for my peace of mind. I was $18,000 in debt at one point in my life, and it just didn't feel good. So yeah, credit cards now are emergency only, or if I'm going traveling, I'll use my Hilton card and then pay it off. Yeah, it's cool, Pendrake. I've been talking a little bit with my Patreon about opening it up. Like opening the Patreon itself to public, but then just coding a lot of the content channels that they're just for my patrons. I think I can do that. I'm experimenting with it right now. But I think I maybe limited permissions too much on the one of the new channels I was playing with. So yeah, we're looking at that. We're looking at essentially allowing anybody to join my Patreon. Or not my Patreon, my Patreon Discord, even if you're not a patron. But you'll just, there are a lot of channels you won't be able to access. But then we could make something, you know. So that way the stream stuff, the D&D stream stuff, can still be on my Discord, the Painting Big Discord. We'll just have a special area that's accessible by everybody who isn't a patron but is on the stream, which is more it's kind of in keeping with the idea of keeping all of the Painting Big stuff together, even if it's very different. So we'll see how it works. Oh, really? Is it just a troll? The glowing veins? I mean, it's perfectly doable. You can absolutely do it. It just doesn't look great. It's just not something really that ever looks good. It's you do them like you do any glowing object. So you can take your OSL glowing object thing and apply it to veins. There you go. Scrying Eye, that actually I did that on I did veins on the dragons, the Dance of Death dragons that I did. Had veins in their wings. Forget what it was. I thought I had another mini that I was going to do it on, because I haven't done it for a while. So maybe I'll have to figure out if I have a winged mini that... oh yeah, I was going to maybe do it on Mr. Gemstone Dragon, because I think the underside of his wings is just going to be pale. Everybody else seems to be hearing me, Inara. I'm not sure why the sound is sad. Scrying Eye, the Dragonstone share was a thing I did for Reaper Pro Tips, or Reaper Toolbox, a long time ago. Every Wednesday I painted dragons. It should still be on the Reaper YouTube. Is it, Justin?
Yeah, it hasn't been deleted.
Yeah, but it's like...
anything from YouTube.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, over a year old. Like, it's a year old at this point, probably.
It is, yes.
Yeah, so it is old content. So, yeah, I'll probably do it again. Veins are just like... Veins and tattoos, you use the same techniques. Alright, so since this bracelet up here is behind the hand, which is really dark because it's up against the fire, I'm gonna add some really dark shadows and keep a lot of it bright. The whole stream is quiet. Weird. Are you hearing quiet, Justin?
No.
Yeah. I'm not certain why. Some people are hearing it quiet. I've been trying to project too, as far as, you know, my voice.
Hopefully your microphone isn't dying.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I guess if it is, I'll grab a new microphone just in case. I do have a backup mic somewhere around here. I just like using my teal one because it's snazzy. So I'm getting the bracelets on there. Sounds good to everybody else? Yeah, I mean... I doubt I'd do a whole show on it, Vimanaqua, but it's like... Put in your ground color. Draw your veins in white on your ground color. You know, paint them in a solid white. Then thin down your white. And you're going to want to, like, kind of do a glow, a faded glow effect off of that. So you got your veins. Then put a lighter source of, you know, color coming out from the vein. And make sure the vein is your brightest color, your brightest white. And then you're just going to glaze with the color of the glow. Like, that's all you do. That would be what I would do. Now, the problem is the vein is under the skin. And so if you use the tattoo rule, you also have to put a glaze of skin tone over this. So you're going to have to think very carefully about what colors you are using both for your glow and your skin and make sure they work together. Palos, I actually have a drawer immediately at my right hand where I sort it by hue, so color. And those are only the paints that I use a lot. And then I also have a box of paint with Ziploc baggies where they're sorted by color. And by color, it's like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, grays, skin tones, NMM colors. So yeah, it goes to category eventually. Metallics, additives, black and white, black, white, gray, neutrals, stuff like that. I do Mobrock, actually, on my, I know I've done it on the Patreon, because I did it on the Dark Elf. My Dark Elf bust that I sold on the Patreon a while ago. Oh, I forgot to do the brown on the belt back here. Dang, guys. Didn't even notice that till now. Let me put on my, put a little bit more of my blue highlight down here. Or blue under reflection, I should say. I could certainly do a tattoo. I was gonna order a model for this stream that was that had a lot of skin on it, so that we could do a tattoo. Fire giants aren't very good for it because usually tattoo's gonna be darker. If you're using a lighter colored tattoo on something, you're usually gonna, it's gonna read as body paint. It's not gonna read as a tattoo. Yeah, normally Inara can hear me just fine too. I wonder what's up. Yeah, maybe a cat unplugged a cable. Or an animal of some sort. Hopefully Rax hasn't been sneaking into people's houses to unplug their cables. Although it does seem like a raccoon thing to do. Alright, so I'm not happy with this side. I have to look at that and see. Yeah, it would be a way. It'd be getting some blue light, not gold light. I'm gonna take out that gold light entirely. Or close. Gesundheit, David.
Oh, now chat is going to be flooded with blessies.
Yes. Yes, people are concerned about your sneeziness.
It seems to be worse in this room, actually, than other rooms.
Interesting.
I suppose that's because it's not very well ventilated in.
Right. So anything that gets into the air is going to be concentrated in this room. I can open up the window, but that may make it worse rather than better. Depending on if it's stuff coming from outside.
Air quality is good today.
Oh, is it? Well then. Maybe I'll pop the window open, because it's probably supposed to be nice out today, isn't it? Lots of bless you, Davids, yes. Val Quindy and Shadow Raven. And Jetta Rose with the Gesundheit. Thank you for the Gesundheit.
December.
Yes. All right. There we go. We got a little bit better there. I still want to get a little bit more detail up there on top. Uh-oh. Kiri may have tail sign, guys. I think we may have tail activation for the Kiri girl. If so, I will have to run out briefly. I'm going to let her maybe settle. But it is kind of that time of stream if she's going to activate.
Are you activating?
Don't egg her on, David. Yeah, she's activating. All right, Justin, I'm going to leave you to go. You opened the door. That's the thing. All right, I am going to do a quick out of the Kiri dog, and I'll see you guys in a minute.
We're great. How are you guys? Can you guys hear me? Okay, just making sure, guys. Well, my weekend was great, guys. Glad you asked. It was busy. I'm still. I know people ask. I am still working on the con videos because of all the stuff that's been going on. So we're having to kind of do stuff in stride. So it's a little bit of time here, a little bit of time there, and we got to spread it amongst all the projects. Unfortunately. But I'll just to remind everyone too that if you guys do want to watch any of the con stuff, you don't have to wait for the YouTube videos. It is on our Twitch VODs, so you can catch that anytime you guys want to. She's feeling great. No, she hadn't had any issues since that week. Since what was that week before last? No problems. Oh, I actually cleaned out my garage this weekend and took care of all of the yard work, including trimming the hedges and all that kind of crap. So that was not a whole lot of fun. See you, Garmage. Thanks for stopping by, man. It hasn't been put anywhere, but it is. Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking about Ian's class. I have not received the file from John yet. I need to talk to him about getting that over to me since he was running the classes and the recordings and stuff. So that is, I agree, Oval. That is, if he wants that to be placed out, which I believe he said he didn't mind, that does need to be uploaded pretty quickly. In fact, if I can get it from John, I can upload it today. So if you want, you can pay attention to the YouTube channel or go and subscribe, and then it'll tell you when I upload new videos. And there you go. It looks like Anne placed her mini. I don't think she's back yet, but I thought she was back. Oh, where do you live, Numbat? Like different country or like same country? And that's a lot for some yard work. There's got to be someone locally who can do your yard stuff.
Yeah, guys, that was David who put Snack in frame. I had to rush a little doglet out, so the little doglet did not allow me to remember to put something in frame. Sweet. All right, cool. Looks like Justin has kept you guys entertained.
I tried.
Thank you for covering for me while I do with my dog's recalcitrant butt. Alright, so metallic's good, metallic's good, metallic's good. Need a little bit more shading back here. Snack is perilously close to done. But yeah, this is definitely the kind of touch-up and tune time when you realize, you know, if you've forgotten things and totally forgotten to paint areas of the model, or you blorfed and you didn't clean it up. Yeah, that's this time. Like I got some blue up here on the side of the heads. Now I have to adjust that with some gold. Probably need some brown first. I'll put some dark down.
When are you gonna do the water?
Probably not this time. Justin wants me to like fail on stream, so maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday. I don't know. Hey, Gent, thanks for the... Wow, your 1 year anniversary. Thank you. And now it's like we're at 86, I think.
I believe that's where we're at.
I think we're at 86 toward 100 for our next AMA and giveaway. Yeah, there we go. Super awesome. Okay, I'm actually going to paint this in walnut and then redo it in dragon gold because that's really the way to do this. If you blorf your metallic, you should mop it in, block it in dark and then go over the top. Are you all talking about failing your save versus place in cart? Add to cart?
There's a Chibi Sophie.
Apparently there's a Chibi Sophie. David is intrigued.
I'm not really a chibi person, but I at least want to see her.
Ha! Yeah, we'll restart the whole model for you again. You know, the entire darn thing that I've painted over numerous streams. I really should go and look at how long, like how many streams does it take me to paint some of these models. Right, Kiri? Kiri is being a silly doglet. Hi, you want pettins? I could tilt the camera so everybody could see you, but then you'd run away. Yep, there you go. The threat of camera has driven away to Kiri. I'm gonna get back in. I want to get back in focus here. In focus. There we go. All right, so let's see here. We touched that up. I feel like I did want to touch up Sneck's butt a little bit. Her butt's a little dark. Kiri just has had so many cameras pointed at her in the course of her life that she's like done. She's done. She's just like, yeah, that's enough. No more. No more, mama. Alright, here, pardon me while I get my candlelight yellow squeezed out so that I can do some stack adjustment. And my Naga green. Where's my Naga green? That's cat's eye. It's not the right green. That cat's eye green is trying to insidiously insert itself into my painting by getting mixed up with Naga green in my paint box. Paint drawer. Let's see here. Get some green, get some yellow, paint some snack. Well, now we need to go a little bit late because we had a Kiri emergency. So let's see here. I'm going to touch up this. I'm going to actually touch up the inside of here to bring it more in line with everything. I need to get some brown so I can do the belt real quick, but that won't take long. And then I think we can paint, well, let's just paint down some blue. I was going to use even darker blue, but I think I'll start. Kind of want to suggest that the water's coming from off stream a bit, off screen. I'm actually using a mixture of my Monarch Purple and my Cyan Blue to suggest a dark, cool color here in line with the ambient. I'm going to paint this color over the entire bed where the water's going to be. Even if I highlight the color or the water with the yellow eventually, I still want this suggestion of cool blue light because water in twilight definitely goes, you know, gets on some of this color, adapts some of this cool sky color. On another note, I really love mixing Monarch Purple and Cyan Blue. It makes a really pretty purple indigo color. So we're going to mock in all of these areas that I left smooth because I knew I was going to add water. And I'll put it right up against the bank here. I left I needed to highlight this, but this bank here is going to be filled with vegetation and the water is just going to go off frame here. So that's going to add an additional... Is Monarch? I thought it was Regal that was discontinued. Did they cancel Monarch as well? In which case, Ed should expect me to show up at his office with a gun, and I don't use guns. I thought it was Regal. I didn't see Monarch on that list in Ara, but maybe it is. I didn't go look specifically for it. Just Regal. Well, don't worry about it. You can easily mix Regal by adding a little tiny bit of black to Monarch. You may need to add a little bit of blue as well. But it should be close. Monarch and Regal did have different formulas as far as different ratios of pigment loads, but you should be able to get close by adding a touch of black to the Monarch. It's on the forum scrim. Somebody mentioned it. Yeah, Snack is in the dark. Snack is totally in the dark. So this is where it can be hard to do this sort of ambient guise when you've only got a model, you know, to show it all. Like, I'm suggesting it a bit with this blue under here. But the best way to do this sort of in the night thing would be to put it in a backdrop. To put it in a proper diorama, so you could do a backdrop to show that the surrounding environment is dark. Then it would really make her look like, convincingly like she is. Let me see, do I have a black backdrop anywhere? I don't have a black piece of paper I'd show you. But putting these guys against something really dark does have that effect. I had black paper around here somewhere, but I don't know where it went. There you go, Quindy. Thanks. But yeah, we want Snack to be in the dark. And this same color, or close to it, is what I've been using. Let me see if I can show you a little bit. There you go. So I've been using to get these blue reflections a little bit down under the rock. It's subtle. A little bit more blue down there. Blue under there. You know, trying to get cool colors on the undersides of things. It's not perfect, but I'm pretty happy with her. I mean, all things considered. I think I will put a little bit of this particular tropical blue. I'm trying to thin it down so I can layer it and not be too strong with it. I don't want to bring up this water a lot, but maybe I just want to bring up a little bit more blue. We'll see. That's too much. Can't go too bright with it because remember, you're reflecting sky color. So in, you know, evening sky can still be pretty darn blue. It can be a little bit indigo. I just want a little bit, there we go, so that glow, this blue looks like that blue, and I need to strengthen this blue a little bit because the water would be reflecting on the underside of her scales then. So I need to bring it a little bit more strong. Yeah, I'll get around to addressing a lot of these on my Patreon, Nomad. A lot of the substitutions, and I'm sure Sadie will also. But I think a lot of my Patreon for the next several months is going to be, you know, how to do some substitutions, what some substitution colors are for some of the canceled colors. Some of them are really unique, and so it's not going to be easy. With Kickstarter 5? What? That wasn't originally on the list. Did somebody decide to totally cancel my, like, new colors? Splattered was not originally on the Kickstarter 5 list in Ara. Or was it in, like... It wasn't in my Forster's favorites either. No, Valandar. We didn't reach our goal. There will be an AMA. We're currently at 86, I think. We need 14 more subs to schedule an AMA. We just got an awful lot of... there was an awful lot of paint questions last week. Just bringing up a little bit more blue. This is probably a little too vibrant, but we'll see. I may need it if I'm gonna make this reflect a lot. I may need to really bring up my my blue reflections on some of the undersides. Yeah, we're almost there, Valandar. We're almost there. I need to, because oh my gosh, there's so many questions in the AMA channel on the Reaper Discord. So many questions. Oh, thanks, Cassandra. Wow, look at that. Now we're up to 89. Or 80. Or are we at 91? Shadow Raven has maybe been counting a little better than me because I've been distracted. So I'm bringing up my blue a bit more on the underside here. And this is not unusual with lighting effects for me. Where when you do an effect and then you're like, oh, now I need more of it. I need it to be stronger here or there. So it's not uncommon that then I go and I adjust a bit, add more cool light places where it would be. Pretty sure that Ed's cold hard heart will not care even if Caporia uses her big sad puppy dog eyes, because, you know, Ed is invulnerable to puppy dog eyes.
Yeah, he did mention that.
Sorry.
Food time. Have fun, Shadow Raven. I'll see you around. Alright. And yeah, I didn't put green out there too, and I needed green. Let me see. Well, that's pretty much shadow. Well, then I need to put a shadow there. Need to put shadow color. Need to have color. Can't just leave black primer. Need to have something. Just reflected color, if nothing else. I don't know. Somebody needs to make like an Ed stabbing a paint bottle with like a giant scythe or something. I'm being too hard on him. Come on, guys. I mean, we really do have too many colors. And even made it so you guys could get together and order them. So you really can't be too grumbly about it. Like, get together with friends, order a bunch of peacock green or whatever your heart desires, split them up. I mean, essentially, at that point, Reapers... I mean, Reaper is making it available, so it's just you gotta coordinate with each other on the forums or Discord, and... I know you guys can do this. Alright, I want more green on the back of Snake's tail, that's right. Actually, it would be funny if you did a fan art of Ed as a Roman senator stabbing the paint bottle of Caesar, because then Ed would be like covered with paint splatters. That would be actually kind of funny. Paint retribution. Alright, I'm going to just kind of brush a little bit of green over these inner scales. So that we can get rid of some of that. Yeah, you should look online, guys. A lot of online game stores, or even your local game store, may have some of these colors. So you should totally buy them up while you can. And then you don't have to pay the $5 to special order them. That said, if nobody takes us up on that $5 a bottle thing, they may decide not to offer that. I don't know. I don't know what the long-term plan is for that. But I mean, if nobody orders anything, I don't know if Ed will keep doing it or if he just will, because it really costs Reaper nothing to say that they'll do it if they get enough order. That kind of thing. There we go. Now we've got some green down inside of there. That looks a little bit better. Yeah, because then it would be most glowy there and it would just have a little bit more. So that's a little bit better. This got a little bit more green in here. That's where we wanted it. And I do need to bring in a little bit more yellow to highlight Sneck's derriere. And I really do need to make a dark shadow down there. My primer didn't quite reach all the way inside the Sneck coils. There we go. Now I got a nice dark shadow. Cool. I'm adding a little more yellow here to these Sneck scales. Since I brought these up a little lighter, I need to make sure that it's consistent. Leonidas from 300. Yeah, I should whip out my Frank Frazetta Leonidas that I'm painting and change him into the paint spattered Leonidas. That'd be funny. Don't know, Jetta. I think Reaper kind of decides based on the holiday what they're going to bring back or push out. I know that last year when we promoted the holiday paint set, it did very well, better than expected. So maybe, but I'm not sure if there's been official word on that. I think typically such things are decided, well, they probably are being decided right about now, so you should hear if it's going to be a thing. I think the only reason it wouldn't be a thing is if either paint is overwhelmed at the moment or they decide to like do it every other year, not every year. And again, that would probably be a, you know, paint department consideration for whatever else is going on. There we go. That's pretty good. Yeah. Oh, that looks good. Okay, I'm liking this. This is cool. That blue's maybe a little bit too much. But it's fun. This is fun. This model is so bright. Like she has such saturated colors on her. I don't go this bright very often. Alrighty. Alright, Sneck. That's pretty good. Pretty good. And we got our water at least mapped out. I think the only thing that I'm missing, I didn't really do anything to the handle of the dagger here. Should make it purple. Yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff on the limited list is going to come back for things like ReaperCon. I mean, that's exactly what Ed is saying in that paint release, is that there are lots of things that are regularly out of print, but that come back here and there for special occasions or special releases or seasonal releases. So oh, that's right. I was going to give Sneck a bright red eye, wasn't I? A ruby eye. Where is my really bright red? Sione Scarlet will work. Clear red or Sione Scarlet. Either one would work. Yeah, she may not know. I mean, if she knows, she'd be a good one to ask Jetta. And I'm sure that if you ask her, she'll ask at the meeting. If it hasn't been decided yet. Where's my white? My real white, not my pearly white. You're almost set. Just want to add the snack eye and kind of look over the rest of the model, and then I need to decide how I'm going to tackle this water. I may put a little bit of realistic water puddle in there just to get things started before I do a little bit of waterfall effect, and I'll maybe do the waterfall effect on stream. Like I said, Justin wants me to fail for you guys, so.
No, I think that you're going to knock it out of the park, and you know, you just think you're going to fail.
Yeah, well, it's just when you do something you've never done before, it can either go awesome or it can go not so awesome. There, Snack's little nose has to, her little nostrils need to come out more. Alright, Snack, that's pretty good. I think I got a little bit big with that. A little bit big with that. Let's see, yellow, green, white. There, that's good. All right. And we want that really bright red, and you want to thin it just a little bit, and you want to pop it over that eye so that it's really bright. And then you want to grab a little bit of your pure white and pop in a highlight really small if you can. I think I need to redo that. You want to bring a little bit of life to the eye, but you still want your bright red to be the main color. I don't think the holiday set's going to be on the chopping block. I think it's just on that list because it's just a holiday set. It's only brought out for special occasions. It's not always brought back. It's not always available. Once again, a little bit too much. Sometimes on eyes you got to go back and forth.
By the way, you're a little off camera.
Oh, thanks. There we go. Trying to get that snake eye to work. Just definitely want a highlight in there so it's not just red. Yep, too much. Too much. Take the brush. Scrub it off. Yeah, I'll leave it be. It's alright. It's not as good as I want it to be, but it'll work. But yeah, I mean, I would fully expect some of the colors on that list to come back from time to time. I mean, that list is the list that we pull from when we want to, you know, put out like old special colors for ReaperCon or something. So, all right, good enough. I think Snack's looking pretty good. I think the only thing I've got now is just that belt. That's really not anything not going on, which I used black and brown and russet brown for. So where's my russet brown? Snack. But yeah, I mean, putting some of those colors, even like Peacock Green, may come back briefly, just do a stint as a reprinted ReaperCon color and then go away again. I mean, it just gives Reaper more options to release special colors, particular colors. Grab some yellow, mix it with my brown, grab some white, mix it with my brown. put a golden highlight on this area because it's obviously getting some light from the fireball right here. And then this is a little bit, and
You're
that's...
a bit off camera there, by the way.
I was, yeah, I know I'm back now. There. It's because I'm zoomed in so close. It's just so easy to get off camera. Because the camera's focal is very small. Small. Alright, I want a little bit of shadow here. I think that's okay. Just doing touch-ups. We're almost done with all the touch-ups, and that leaves me no excuse but to do the water. So got a question for you, Justin. Do you think that Reaper would object to me using Greg's plants on the Reaper stream? Greg Zuniga's stuff. It's not a Reaper brand, and if I need to use it on my stream, I will.
No, you're welcome to use whatever you want to show whatever skill you want to show.
All right.
This show is 100% about showing people how to do stuff. If you got to do that on GW models, even that's fine.
I'll take you up on that. No, not really. But all right, so I can promote Greg because I was going to promote Greg's stuff. So, although everybody here probably knows about it, but you never know. So, all right, cool. Because we need to do jungle plants all down in here as well. I'm just going to pick up a little bit of texture out here for the groundwork. Just a little bit of stuff on the edge here. I'm going to kind of go back and forth with my walnut and my russet brown and yellow mixture to make it just a little bit, pick up a little bit of light from that fireball. See, it would get a little bit. So there we go. And then a lot of this is going to be just dark, and we'll have plants coming out. All right, I think maybe we are actually at the point where we can do the water basing, guys. I do want to put in a little bit. Don't cross the streams. Oh, ReaperCon. Yeah, when ReaperCon's focus, Olaf, and nice to meet you, by the way, is the classes, is painting and sculpting classes, and that's kind of the focal point. It very much is a hobby con, weirdly, but there's also gaming, role-playing games, there's board games, there's the painting competition, which is always fun every year with a big award ceremony. There's stuff going on. The artists all sit, when we do an in-person con, the artists all sit in one area, so you have access to anybody when they're not teaching, so you can actually go up and get feedback, even if you weren't able to get into a class with somebody, which is really nice and something other cons just don't do. But yeah, if you are trying to improve your sculpting or your painting, or trying to get in, I would say that ReaperCon is an excellent convention for anybody who's looking to do that. If you really want to go to a con and just roleplay all the time, like a con like Gen Con is probably going to be more your thing. But we do have like Pathfinder Society. We have, other GMs running events. So there is gaming. A lot of the times, it's funny though, because it is such an art con, a lot of time there's more gaming in the evening because everybody's taking classes during the day, and then in the evening everybody, kind of kicks back and plays games or hangs out and, by the fire pit and all that kind of thing. And it's a fun con. We have a really fun community. And even though we hit over 1,000 people the last time there was an in-person ReaperCon, it still feels like a really small, personable, fun con. Oh, and there's the vendor hall, of course, so that you can fill your save versus place in cart, add to cart. But yeah, ReaperCon very different from other gaming cons. Very much more hobby focused. And especially if you're like trying to learn to 3D sculpt, by the way, ReaperCon, highly recommend, because the sculptors love to talk to new sculptors who are trying to get better at sculpting Wizzy Brush and stuff. So they would love to see your stuff. They would love to give you feedback. They're great people. They're fantastic, all of them. And you could really get some good feedback on your 3D sculpting coming to ReaperCon, because you actually could talk to them, just walk up and start up a conversation, get some tips, find out what tools they use for particular effects, stuff like that. ReaperCon is meant to, like, open doors, not close them, is one way to put it, if you're an artist. We don't give you barriers to talking to the people who you can learn from. We try to enable a lack of barriers. Just trying to get a little... Again, this is the point of the model where I'm definitely going back and I'm touching up. I'm adjusting. If I feel like I need more light on an area, I'm going to add it at this time. I'm trying to get the model to have a consistent feel across all the areas. Yeah, we don't do, like, although Ron has been trying to get more cosplay, encouraging more people to come in costume, we don't have that kind of community thing with ReaperCon. It really is very different from a con like Dragon Con. Very, very different. Probably a bit quieter. A little bit. We still have our denizens who are unquiet, but but yeah, it's a con about painting and sculpting. So, like, at this point, if I was going to make this model, like, really, like, good for gallery, I'd come back and I would smooth out a lot of this rough stuff. Yeah, that's the other, there we go. Nomad Zika's done both. Yeah, yes, it is a very miniatures-based con. Like Adepticon, but with a different focus. At Adepticon, it's miniatures gaming, and at ReaperCon, it's painting, buying, sculpting, playing. Yes, Bug Lips, this is true. Yeah, some people do wear costumes. Ron likes to see the costumes. I know he wishes we had a little more cosplay going on, but we've still got room to grow. So it may start becoming more of a thing over the years as we expand. But yeah, pretty much this is the time, guys, when I sit and I'm like, okay, could use a little more light here. Could use a little more light here. This doesn't look quite right. This needs better blending. This is where I'll be coming in to try to smooth some stuff out. Blend it in. Make it look a little nicer. If I see inconsistent areas with the effect that I want, then I'll go and do that. Yeah, thanks to that, Toasted Oma. Yeah, we do try. We do really try. The Reaper crew really takes everybody having fun seriously, and if you have a problem or an issue, we are going to try to make it right. Absolutely. We're going to do everything we can to track down something to help you to make it right. Above and beyond. Everybody is above and beyond at ReaperCon. Everybody on the Reaper crew is. We are all turning up our customer service to 13 on a scale of 1 to 10. Mostly because, we just really enjoy hanging out with you guys. Like, we hang out with you online. But I think Justin would agree, too, that even though ReaperCon is exhausting, it also gives us a lot of energy and recharge because of the community. So
it is really nice to see and kind of connect with people that I've, like, here this last con that we did, I had some people come up and say, oh, I'm this person, like, on Twitch, right? And it's to me, I like putting faces to names.
Yeah, that is cool.
Now, we have not had a con since we kind of the Twitch channel has grown a lot since the last in-person ReaperCon we did.
Yeah.
So I imagine the next time we have a face-to-face one, we're gonna have, you know,
Even
a
more.
fair amount of people come forward and say, "Oh, I love this," or "I love that," and I watch this, and I really can't stand that Ed guy, and
You had to get your hit in, didn't you?
I had to. It's not Tuesday, but yeah, I had to.
Oh dear. All right, guys. I think Snack's looking pretty good, guys. Snack's looking pretty good. Here, let's shove this out of the way. Get a nice open area for Snack. Like, I think she's reading well. We fixed that belt issue. Got that going on. We're gonna have plants down here in this dark area, so that'll come up with that. I'm not gonna paint it much because I'm gonna have vegetation. I'll paint anything I need to once I figure out how much vegetation and where. We've got, if we look from above, we've got a nice warm, for the most part, except for the cool water. But the water will get warm reflections once we start doing the actual water effects on it. So then we'll get that golden color echoed there on top of the blue. And then Snack from the front. I think Snack is more or less done, guys. I think that the thing is, Nara, that it gets repetitive. Like if if I decided to do more snake people, we'd just be painting more snake people, and I've already painted one snake person, so I tend not to repeat like that. Just because I want to be able to teach different things on each piece. I think Snack was good because not only did we get to talk about, like, painting the scales and highlighting on scales and colors and stuff, but we also got to do the lighting effect. So, I mean, if I did another snake person, I'd have to take a totally different track on it, like do patterns and stuff, maybe on the scales. But I don't know. Having done this Snack, I could look at the rest of the Snacks and see if I really like one or two. But I really like this one. This has long been my favorite Snack. So.
All right, Miss Ann.
Yeah,
well,
I think we're good.
Yeah.
And there she is, guys. I'm glad you were along for the ride, and we'll do the water effects. I have to actually like dig out all my water effects and grab the little bits of things that I want to try on her. Maybe I'll make some stuff. Yeah. I have to create some things in order to do the water, just little things. So we will reconvene on Snack maybe later this week. I may do something different tomorrow. I may start a new figure. I had dug out one of the ReaperCon models, Captain Fairweather, who I kind of always liked, and I kind of want to prime her up and put her into rotation. But yeah, thanks everybody. Oh, hello Zambies. We're about to yes. We're about to actually call the stream, Zambies. We went a little long. Well, over at Neil, we have all of these on VODs on YouTube. So if you want to go back and search for Nagendra Matriarch, I think probably, what do you usually put in her search, Justin? Do you put the item number or do you put Nagendra Matriarch?
Or Snack.
For
Or Snack.
RTB Pro Tips,
Yeah.
the name of the model is usually within the title. And
Okay.
The SKU is in there if it's like the first time we've ever done it.
Okay.
And then sometimes repeat episodes after that.
All right, so search for Nagendra Matriarch on the Reaper YouTube, Anil, and you will be able to see all of the lessons on this snake. I painted her all on stream. So, except for, I think, like, doing some of the putty work on the base. I think I did off stream just because it was really repetitive. But Snack should be a search term. I agree. Blorf the cat slime. I don't know when Blorf the cat slime will get painted. I have to figure it into my rotation. I figured I would paint Blorf over on my stream, Rex. But first, I have a lot of stuff to finish this month, so.
All right.
But yeah, all right, guys. You have no sense of time. That's all right. Neither do we. Obviously, since it's 11:30, my show was supposed to end a half hour ago. All right. So, who do we have to raid today, Justin?
we're gonna be rating Mini Den because it looks like he's painting this really cool elf lady.
Ah, super, super. All right, cool. Excellent, guys. Well, thank you for coming, and we'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to paint tomorrow. It's a surprise. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And thanks for hanging out with us. And we'll talk to you again later. Bye-bye.
Thank you guys very much. And yeah, Jabberwock, I believe he they were fixing the internet pole like down the street. So as long as his internet service provider is come through and actually delivered internet like they're supposed to, then it should go over without an issue. We will find out today though. So he has not informed me that it's down. So hopefully it works out. I'll see you guys this afternoon here, about an hour and a half actually. I'll see you guys for Miniature Monday. Thank you guys very much.